Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Stef. I am the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach. And what I do is I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual people to help them to do very deep levels of healing work, also known as inner work, to powerfully align themselves with who they truly are. And as my clients achieve this greater level of soul alignment, they're then able to create their greatest level of success in life as well as in business. So here on my YouTube channel, I typically upload videos 3 times a week. Generally on Tuesdays, you'll see the weekly energy reading from me, which I will link up here somewhere in the cards for you to go and watch that afterwards so you can know what to expect from the energy of the week. But Tuesdays, it's for the weekly energy reading. And then Thursdays and Saturdays, I typically upload videos connected to some kind of message or a teaching that I'm asked to bring forward as per my guides. So these are videos and teachings to help you with your spiritual awakening and ascension process, with your mindset, with your healing work, with your entrepreneurial endeavors and manifestation, practices and that kind of thing. It's just whatever I'm guided to speak on that people need at that time for their highest good. So if you enjoyed today's monthly energy reading and want to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification button and change your settings to all so that you never miss out on a video, teaching, or notification from me and this channel, okay? I always do monthly energy readings here on my channel as well. So this is why this week we're going to have 4 videos instead of 3, okay? So without further ado, let's get into today's monthly energy reading. Today I'm going to be speaking on the October energy reading, and this is something that I actually channel wrote a couple days ago on the 27th, and I totally forgot about this, but now that I reread through it, it all makes sense, and it all kind of really powerfully aligns with what I just said on the weekly energy reading. So if you have not yet watched that weekly energy reading, please be sure to go check that out after you watch this video, okay? So you can see how this whole theme that I'm speaking on is starting to play out and come together, okay? All right, so now let's really get into the weekly energy reading. So in regards to this month's energy, I'm just gonna go ahead and read what I got, and then I'll keep elaborating as needed as more information comes through. But what they said is that this month is a tremendously powerful month for transformation and spiritual transformation especially, okay? Now the reason that is going to be the case this month is because we're all going to be asked to surrender to our divine truth on much greater levels this month, okay? To surrender to what it is that we say we believe in, and to no longer hold back from really aligning with those things that we believe in, okay? Now, the reason that this is important is because we are going to powerfully break free from a lot of fears and concerns that are holding us back from really embodying our truth and our spiritual divinity, okay? So many of us at this time, maybe you're one of them, I don't know, but we're not realizing how on some level we're holding ourselves back from truly embodying our true power, force, and magic of who we really are, okay? So this month, you're going to be asked to surrender your ego's perceptions, thoughts, beliefs, whatever else, in order to step into a new version of yourself, one that is much more aligned with your spiritual truth, with your spiritual divinity, okay? And from that space of being more aligned with who you truly are, with this greater embodiment of your spirituality, you're then going to be asked to react from that place, do from that place, feel from that place, think from that place, etc. They said it's time to everyone take a leap of faith and step into their true divine power. Okay? It's time for everyone to actually be a higher embodiment of themselves. All month long, people will be given opportunities to transform into more of their true spiritual selves so that their true light, power, magnificence, authority, magic, etc. is able to shine through and lead them forward. Now, in order for this to happen, everyone needs to be willing to take leaps of faith in aligning with their spiritual truths and recognizing opportunities that you're being given this month to take that leap of faith, to step into that spiritual truth, to really own more of who you really are on this greater level, okay? And to recognize those opportunities as they show up, to really react, show up, do whatever from this place of greater spiritual embodiment, okay? So will you stand tall and strong in your spiritual truth this month as opportunities show up for you, or will you hold back? The choice is yours. We have free will, right? But the next thing that they wanted me to mention as far as like themes for the month of October goes is this is a month to really reclaim our power as well. Okay? Now, there's some really loud motorcycles today when I record these videos. I don't know why. But with this whole theme of reclaiming our power, this definitely goes hand in hand with what they just said about the spiritual transformation. So part of us reclaiming our power is about coming back to the truth of who we are on this greater level and embodying our spirituality on this greater level. Okay, because when we can really embody the spiritual truths that we believe in, that we are maybe your truth is like you're a being of unconditional love, or you come from a source of unconditional love, or you're an infinite being, you're abundant, time is an illusion, whatever other very, spiritual beliefs and, thoughts and things that are put out there. Okay, if you believe in those things, you got to really show up from that space. So if you believe that time is an illusion, then this month as opportunities arise for you with things maybe being delayed or, you being late or whatever, don't react from this space of, oh my God, I'm going to be late and this is not going to work out, or it's going to show up much later, because then you're not really embodying your spiritual truth that you believe that time is an illusion. You got to lean into your truth. You got to recognize those opportunities that are going to show up this month in regards to that belief and really powerfully show up from the place of what you say you believe in, right? If you believe that there is infinite abundance, cool. But then when certain things show up this month, you have to show up as this spiritual version of you. You got to really do your best to step into that and to not give into the illusion of past due invoice or receipt or bill or whatever you want to call it, or, looking at your account and feeling sorry for yourself and all this other stuff. You got to shift out of that and lean into your truth and embody that, come from that space. Does that make sense? So part of us stepping into our power is coming back to more of our spirituality on these greater levels, really being willing to show up as the spiritual version of ourselves, showing up as beings of, unconditional love, showing up as infinite beings where, we don't have to be in fear of time or these kinds of things, or showing up as these beings of being truly abundant. Like, we have to really show up from this space, and that's part of us reclaiming our power, is aligning ourselves with our spiritual truth. But the other side to aligning ourselves with, greater levels of our power is by what they said is, not allowing fear to drive you anymore, okay? And get the best of you, but instead to stand up to fear, to face it, okay? And this is what they mean in regards to personal power, okay, for this month. So a lot of times we might associate power with forcing things or doing things, making things happen. And sometimes that is an expression of being in our power. But other times, being in our power is an internal thing. And so when certain things that would normally trigger fear in us, are starting to bring up fear in us, we have to step into our power then in that moment, recognize the fear and choose to lean into who we really are in that moment and really bring forward this power of the truth of who we are in those situations, and no longer run away from the fear, run away from the situation, the confrontation, or whatever it may be, stepping forward, no longer running away from those things, avoiding those things, but choosing to face them. And sometimes that requires that outward action, and sometimes it requires this inner action inside of yourself, this inner decision to no longer be made to feel small or helpless or powerless or whatever by whatever's triggering the fear, but to instead just bring forward this power, right, from within. And part of bringing forward that power might be aligning with your spiritual truths and showing up from this space. Or it could just be choosing to no longer allow fear to get you and responding differently. So that is what it means in regards to stepping into our power in a greater level this month, okay? But you're going to be given opportunities to align with this power of who you truly are. And what they also wanted me to mention in connection to this is that you cannot align with more love or truth, okay, divine spiritual truth, if you still hold so much fear inside of yourselves. You must be willing to see beyond the illusion of fear and let that go. And I just thought it was so interesting as I was reading all of that, because the whole message around seeing beyond the illusion of fear, if you watched my weekly energy reading, one of the cards that I pulled for additional messages had a similar message connected to that. And I also decided to pull cards as well, just for any further additional messages that we might need in regards to this October energy reading. And as I was shuffling the cards and stuff, this card came out, and this card is all about new beginnings. But you know what I just read out to you in my October energy reading, what I channel wrote a few days ago, is it's all about taking that leap of faith, right? And I just think it's so interesting how this, you know, spiritual divine being is leaving the shadow behind. It's leaving all of that fear behind. It's being willing to like take that leap of faith, jump, and trust that their wings will carry them, that their wings will, you know, take them safely to wherever they need to go, to really lean into their light, their truth, and really move forward, you know, with this level of certainty, like everything's gonna be okay. Like if you notice, if you look very closely, hold on, maybe I can focus, I don't know. Anyway, on this phone. Anyway, the way that this person is walking towards the window area, they just seem like they have their head up high and they're just walking forward, and they're literally about to like walk into the sky and fall, but they have their head held up high and they're just walking confidently, taking one step, because they know that their wings have them, right? They have their back. They know that they're going to be taken care of and supported, and it's all good, and they can confidently move forward, walk through these doors, step into a new beginning, a new life, new opportunities, that it's okay. So I really just thought that this card was so super interesting, because it was connected to the message that we got, which is, you know, the only way for us to really come back to a higher level of our spiritual truth, of our embodiment, is being willing to release that fear. So as this month unfolds and fears come up for you around stepping into a new chapter, doing things in a bigger way, doing things different from how you've normally been doing them for a while, you have to not let your ego, your fears, your mind to keep you in that fear-based energy, and to instead choose to lean into your truth, into what you believe is truth for you, and do your best to confidently move forward in that direction and just walk through those doors, step into that new beginning, take those different action steps, show up in this greater version of yourself, allow more of your true light to shine through. And then I pulled some cards and they came out face down, so I don't know what they are, but I'm about to like lift them up right now and show you and be revealed the message myself. So, okay, so these are the cards. And this is Jesus and Commander Ashtar, and the cards say, you are on the path of light and love and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. And call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. It's so funny to me how both of these cards have blue in them, right? They're like totally blue. And I was having some throat issues earlier in this video. And normally you know, one of my psychic abilities, my abilities that I have, is I usually like pick up on people's physical imbalances or chakra imbalances, and like I manifest that. So I was clearing my throat earlier in this video, and I was like, why am I clearing my throat? Like I don't have any issues right now with like mucus or anything. What is that about? Like maybe it's connected to this message today, which I really feel like it is, because I usually pick up on energies. So when people have blockages, I can feel them. So throat issues, someone has a throat issue oftentimes that I'm talking to. So with that being said, you know, what I feel that these cards are bringing forward, let me finish reading you the messages. The message is Master Jesus, forgiveness. Oh yeah, I just read them, didn't I? Oops. Well, I'll just reread them because maybe it's important. You're on a path. You're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. Commander Ashtar is take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. So I really feel like what I'm getting is that these messages that are coming forward from these two cards specifically are really about a higher embodiment of your spirituality, as is the focus of this month. You know, something that I was discussing with the people in my program, Discover Your Soul's Purpose, a few days ago, was that you can't just run your mouth and say you believe in these things and that's all, you know, that you just say, yeah, I believe I'm from the source of unconditional love and, you know, I'm infinite and all this other stuff. Like, okay, cool, you believe that, but are you being it? Are you literally being that physical human expression of those truths? Because it's one thing to intellectually, conceptually understand these things, and it's another completely different thing to be it. You know, are you vibrating on that level? Is that what's in your resonance? Are you changing the world by coming from this space? If you watched my video recently on the importance of highly conscious entrepreneurs, I definitely suggest that you go and watch that video. I will link it up here as well, so you can go check that out afterwards. But that's more or less like the message that came through for that teaching, you know, was this is about really being. This is about being the change that you wish to see in the world. So we're being really guided to really give importance to our spiritual growth and development this month of October. I expressed that more in the weekly energy reading that I did yesterday for September 28th through October 4th. Go check that out. Even if you're watching this video at a much later time, there's a message there for you, I'm sure. But October is really a month for this spiritual development and growth, and really being this divine version of ourselves that we truly are, okay? Instead of just saying, I want peace on earth, I want love, I want equal rights, I want this, that's good. You know, please continue to voice your desires, but take that a step further, and take it a step further by really being the change that you wish to see in the world, by really showing up from this space, okay? We are in this ascension process. We're coming back to the truth of who we are, to Christ consciousness, right? Well, look, Christ is here. But in order to really anchor in this Christ consciousness, we have to be these powerful leaders. And you don't necessarily need to be a public person like myself on a platform. You don't need to be coaching anyone or healing anyone necessarily, but you have to align yourself to the best of your ability with your spiritual truth, with who you really are on these greater levels. This is what I teach to my people who are in Remembering Who You Are. This is a very deeply healing, powerful soul growth program. And I literally take my clients through this process of unraveling many different layers of themselves to align with who they really are and to keep embodying more of their divinity, more of this being of unconditional love that they truly are. And so that's what we're being asked to do for the month of October, is really align powerfully with what we believe in regards to our spirituality. And I'm not telling you what to believe in here. You believe in what you want to believe in, but most of the people watching this video believe that we come from a source of unconditional love, believe that we're so divinely guided and loved and supported, believe that there is infinite abundance out there, believe that we are not restricted in any kind of way by time, believe that this is a beautiful virtual reality type of game that we're all participating in, and that we have the power to create the lives that we desire. So it's really time to really step it up on a higher level and really powerfully be who we say we are, to be the physical expression and embodiment of those divine spiritual beliefs, to really show up from that space, okay? And yeah, just really step into that power. That power for me, blue for me a lot of times represents a deeper connection to your higher self, your soul. So I feel like this is really, in a sense, bridging the human with the cosmic. As if you can see, Jesus was human. Jesus lived here on earth, had the difficult lessons here, difficult experiences, but in spite of that was able to do miraculous things, right? Because Jesus was really connected to his truth and was able to access those miracles that are available to all of us. And here Ashtar represents the cosmic, the galactic, this greater part of ourselves, right? It's kind of like our soul and our higher self. That's the way I feel like this is for me here. Take whatever messages resonate with you. But it's time to really have this greater, deeper connection. And, you know, Jesus is pointing here to his heart space, which is blue. And a lot of times when I go into my heart space and I connect with my higher self or my soul, I'll often be taken into my heart space, but like via a blue kind of portal or gate or something like that. Sometimes violet, but usually that's how I'm taken into these things. So I really feel like this is really just about really embodying a higher level of our divinity this month of October. So those are the messages that I have for you for this month. I really feel like this is also a reference to some major heart healing that needs to happen as well this month, because that's part of our connection. The way we access the truth of who we are is through this heart space portal. And what keeps us from deepening that connection a lot of times is this healing that we have to do first in order to clear some of that stuff up so we can have this greater divine spiritual connection. So yeah, I really hope that this has helped you today. If you have enjoyed this message, give this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Drop me a comment in the comments below letting me know how this message resonated with you today. I really encourage you to come back mid-month and come back and listen to this. I know I definitely go back and reread my energy readings to just remind me of like what's going on. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's what I'm like experiencing right now. So definitely come back and listen to this around mid-month if you feel called to just kind of remind yourself of, you know, how these things may have already been playing out in your experience this month so far. And if you want to stay in touch with me, you're more than welcome to come and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links to my social media are in the description of this video, so you can go there and click on that. You can also come and join my Facebook community. The link to that is in the description of this video as well. It's a very beautiful, amazing community of just like-minded spiritual people who just want to be the best that they can be, basically, and come back to the truth of who they are and create a better world. And if you want to work with me, you're more than welcome to reach out to me and ask and see how we can work together depending on what your needs are, where you're at in your current journey is what I offer to you. So this month I'm actually launching my Soul Aligned Impact program, and this is my nearly 3-month program. Sorry, I just heard my guide say something that I need to ask about later. But yeah, it's my nearly 3-month-long program, and what I do in this program is basically work with spiritual entrepreneurs who are at a certain level of their personal development, their growth, their healing, and they're really ready to make a massive impact and ready to really embody more of who they truly are and really understand what it means to be a very highly conscious spiritual entrepreneur and how their personal development really plays into that. And that's what I take them through in Soul Aligned Impact, is this deep personal development, healing, soul alignment work to really help them to show up as more of who they truly are, so that they're doing things from a place of soul alignment, from alignment with the divine instead of ego, and really doing things in a way that's truly for the highest good of everyone. So that is what I do there. If that's something that speaks to you, definitely reach out to me, message me, and let's see if this is a good fit for you, because I only accept people who are at a certain level to be able to receive this work, because it is powerful stuff. So yeah, and if there's any other way I can help you, I'm sure we'll figure that out. But that's basically it. If you know of anyone who could benefit from this October energy reading, please share this video out with them. Let them know. Sharing is caring, and we want as many people as possible to really understand the importance of spiritual development. It's so super important, and it's becoming increasingly important as we move forward. So the inner work is so important, and embodying more of our divine spiritual truths is just becoming more and more important as we move forward. So I cannot stress that enough. It's really important for everyone to really more powerfully be what they say they believe in, to be that divinity, be that love. And that's basically it. So thank you so much for your time. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.